Welcome back to the Avedama Select server. I am Karakangar, and last week I left off wanting to work on my slime farm more. It was one of my first projects in this area, and I had a lot of really good ideas about what to do with this giant, massive, ugly room. And it all kind of hinged on doing something with this floor to make the whole room pop, because otherwise it's just a giant, massive, ugly, gray room. So I wanted to make a fog layer through here, and it totally failed, like spectacularly. I had a couple of different ideas on how to make it work, and neither one of them panned out. My first idea was to use a fog layer, and if you don't know what a fog layer is, it's where you've got layers of glass, and as they're built on over themselves, they get this kind of foggy effect, and it just kind of disappears into being just that color. And I did a little bit of research into what it takes to actually make fog effects work, and it turns out that it is 7 layers of glass, and each layer needs to have a block of open space in between it. So I see my little mock-up right here wasn't started on the ground, so I could lower this whole thing down by 1 block, but that's making this fog layer go halfway up the side of my slime farm. And I mean, that's taking up a lot of space. So I think I'm gonna have to scrap this idea, and I've come up with something else I'm gonna try. Because the worst part of this is that if you look down across the slime farm, you'd be able to see down past the fog layers. And that would it would look totally terrible. So we're not gonna do that. But I have this other idea. I think I'm gonna take and try throwing down some black carpet, and then just like 3 layers of glass, and see if the black carpet would be enough to help disguise the fact that it's not so thick. So we kind of have the fog layer effect. It isn't really like foggy so much. You can see it slowly shading down into darkness, but those walls stick out really well. Maybe I need to fade the walls down a little bit as it goes. Maybe that would help. And if we're down here directly on it, I mean, this loses all effect. I wonder if I could stick some gray in between here, if that might help out. I'm gonna do that and be right back. Alright, so I'm back. I tossed 2 layers of glass here in, and that's just standard gray glass. And I feel like I should explain why this is gonna make a difference. The way that the fog layers work is that each layer is being animated by the game, so it just successively darkens. And if you have like 3 or 2 layers of, well, if you have multiple layers of the same color in a row, it's just going to do this effect like with clear glass. You see the first layer, and then all the rest of it behind is empty space until you get to something besides glass. Like, if I look up, I only see this first glass block, and the other 30 or so above there are all just clear. But if I look from here, there's this glass block, and then there's open air through this area, and then there's another glass wall. So you can see both blocks are animated, both walls are animated. If you change colors, it animates both colors also. So, going from black to gray to black to gray makes it 5 different colors all at once. So let's get back up to the top and let's see how this looks. Maybe it'll even look more foggy versus just blackness. There's definitely a distinct difference. You can definitely see more of the grayness showing up. I almost feel like the grayness is overtaking the blackness. Maybe I'll take out that top layer of gray and just have one gray layer with 3 black layers and see how that's changing things. Okay, yeah, we're back up top. We've got 4 layers of glass and 1 of gray. I don't know, it's definitely not vanishing off into nothingness. So, I ended up putting this project on hold, and I've got a new idea on what I want to do with it, and I need to do some testing to see if it will work. I think it will, and I think it will probably even look good. But in the meantime, I switched over and worked on a couple other projects. I did a bunch of clearing through here, which I'll show you in a clip. So you can see the map here, and all these trees are what I was chopping down. I've been wanting to clear this or clear this forest for future expansion. Let's pop these maps off the wall and go refresh them, and we'll see how much work I got done. Alright, now, I got tons of trees cut out, and this will make way for at least one more temple. After getting some of these trees cleared, I wanted to start expanding some land, and I've got all these lovely temples, but people don't live in temples. So I selected these 2 hills right here, and I'm going to build up some raised terraces, similar to how I built up the base of this temple, but not quite so complex. And then I'll put the houses on those terraces. So there'll be lots of spaces for houses. They're going to be small and crammed together, and I think they'll turn out nicely. Well, I had a little error somewhere, and for some reason all of my video got deleted or didn't record properly or something. So my last like 4 or 5 clips that I tried making didn't work. This is the area that I was expanding, and I've got it expanded and all of the houses put in. I'm going to build some statues right here, and this area can have its own little statuary in it. I just have to figure out how to do that first, so I've never actually built statues. And as you can see, I've got some of the texturing of the floors in already. This whole area is pretty much done. It's all lit up. I've got some makeshift beds that break very easily and reveal the lighting that's hiding under them, as well as lighting under some of the bushes there you can see. So this area is fully lit up, and I'm pretty certain it's mob proof. So I've got all the bushes and lighting in, and apparently I missed a flower. And I've got all the texturing of the walls, a little bit where it's falling down over here. Some of the houses I've got some of the spots broken out of them too to make them look like they're falling apart. I need to do that a little bit more, and I think I'm being called into the party. That baby shower that I mentioned in a clip that was probably cut off, come to think of it, is starting up right now. Alright, and there's one last thing that I wanted to show before I go. I've updated the map. Look at this. This ended up being much bigger than I expected it to be. Quite a big area here, and it's really making a big improvement on filling in this map. So another project that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks is here in the Nether, and most people will recognize this as a pretty standard Nether fortress, just a long series of tunnels with the occasional little room attached to it. And this is pretty normal, but I wanted to expand this and turn into a Wither Skull farm. So I went out and found myself a nice Nether fortress here that's almost entirely over top of the lava ocean. And I started bashing down the walls and the support beams here, and started expanding out and rebuilding the floor. I expanded the floor and then made a slab ceiling so no mobs can spawn up there. And now I've got a room that is 80 blocks wide by, after I break down this wall, 110 blocks long. I mean, you can't even see it over there in the distance. And this has been a great place to get wither skeletons to spawn. So I'm going to have this corridor running down the middle of here, and it's going to allow me to just run back and forth and collect up all of the wither skeletons, who, let me kill these two real quick because there are some inside of the area that I was going to demo. Okay. So, at the end of the tunnel, there's going to be a spot where the wither skeletons can't get at me like this, because wither skeletons are, ouch, bad magma. Can't you see I'm recording here? Be more considerate. Yes, be polite. So because they're 3 blocks high, they can't get through this area that's only 2 blocks high. So I can just stand here and hit them as much as I want, and they can't fight back. So it's just a free and quick and easy way of getting wither skeleton skulls. Unfortunately, you also get tons of useless swords. So I'm going to collect up these ones right here real quick and see if we can actually get a skull to drop on camera. So we've got 4 more wither skeletons. And I'll be able to do the same type of thing, except I will never have to actually leave the corridor in order to go get more wither skeletons. So I can just keep on leading them over here and then kill them as much as I want. Oh, 2 skulls. Nice. I'm gonna grab them real quick before those blazes over there start shooting at me. So, with all these lovely wither skulls, I can spawn lots of withers and kill them and use the nether stars that they drop to make beacons. And over the course of working on this farm, I've collected up now 57 wither skeleton skulls. So that's enough to spawn, what was that, 16? No, that's not right math. Math is hard on camera. 15. 15 wither skeleton, or 15 withers. So that's 15 more beacons on top of the 2 that I've already got there and all the ones I have placed. So that'll keep me going for a while. By the time I'm done making this farm, I'm not even going to need to use it. So the best part about the tunnel is that I'll be able to run down through and out the side of the fortress, and I'll be able to despawn all the mobs inside of the fortress, like that blaze and those little baby pigmen. I'll be able to come out just a lot like this and come back, and when I get back, all of the mobs will be gone, and I'll have a whole new fresh crop of mobs. And that'll allow me to get rid of all of these stupid blazes and skeletons and pigmen that I don't want to fight, and get them out of the mob cap so that new mobs can spawn, such as the wither skeletons I actually do care about, which there was already one that respawned over here. So now you can see the pigmen and the blaze that were over here are all gone, and I've got, wow, like 8 wither skeletons. That was a really good respawn. And I'll be able to lead them all the way to the end of the corridor, and then I'll be able to just beat them up here at my leisure, because they won't be able to fight me. And I'll pick up more and more and more wither skeleton skulls, except it'll be completely risk-free because nothing will be able to hit me inside of the corridor. The blazes won't even become aggressive towards me, so they won't start shooting fire. The magma cubes, even if they can see me, won't be able to hurt me. And it'll just be leading the wither skeletons back and forth and killing them easily. I'm here in the villager trader doing some emerald trading and a time lapse, and I'm doing this because, well, I was working in the nether for a while on my wither skull farm, and I'd be making long pathways out over top of the lava ocean and then enclosing them and going back in and filling in that section. And blazes like to spawn, and they would shoot me, and I'd get knocked off of the little one wide platform that I was building, or, just knocked off into the lava ocean. No big deal. I would drink a fire resistance potion, swim out of the lava, throw on my elytra, fly back up. It was just an inconvenience. Until the last time, when I had my elytra on, so I just flew right back out of the lava, and Because I was in lava, I was on fire, which means I couldn't see where I was going, and smack, straight into the platform I was building. All my stuff fell down into lava. I had a whole inventory full of nether brick that I lost. All my enchanted armor, a full set, plus elytra, plus my enchanted weapons and tools, all gone. So, after about 2 hours of trading with villagers while watching TV with my girlfriend, I ended up with a whole bunch of emeralds. Almost 3 full rows, or almost a full chest worth. That's a lot of emeralds. I went through and did a bunch of trading with the villagers and getting myself the enchanted books that I needed, and went and raided my supply of loot from the end. Got myself a bunch of basic equipment to enchant, and in the end, the only thing I couldn't find was the diamond leggings, so I'm going to be able to replace my full set of equipment with just a little bit more time of collecting up experience, and 7 diamond for the legs. So that's pretty good. But I have some items that I've been using my games for a long time, like my stone tithe is my silk touch pick, and ore bang is my fortune pickaxe. And I've started using Can You Dig It, which was a suggestion from my girlfriend for the name of my shovel. But I don't really have any set names for my armor at the moment. So I would love some suggestions on what to call these things. And I'm thinking I want to make either like a medieval knight type theme or a Mayan type theme, since I'm building this lovely Mayan temple city. So if you have any ideas, I would love to hear them down in the comments section. As a final note, I want to say thank you all for watching and for the feedback on the last episode. I will be working on that in the future. I also want to say that I'm sorry this has been 2 weeks since I got out a video. I tried recording one with a different video format for a second series that I want to work on, and I wasn't happy with the way that it turned out. But I'm very new to this, and I learned a lot making that recording, so I can make better videos in the future, and I will re-record that another time. And then last week, the family was home early, and I had a lot of cleaning the house to do for my girlfriend's best friend's baby shower, which turned out great. Everyone seemed to have a lot of fun, so that was all awesome. But it did leave me with limited recording time, so I wasn't able to get a video out last week. And quite a bit of this footage is from last week, actually. And I also, so there was a lot of progress in this video, but not as much shown on camera. And that was also partly due to the recording error that I had that either didn't record or deleted a lot of my footage. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be back next week with a new video. Till then, have fun gaming.